I think he's just gathering himself. It's a big day, it's a bit emotional. I know his family's here, I know that his mum and dad are very proud and his family are very proud, as we are all. It's not every day you get to see a player make 250 first grade appearances. And we're all proud of this young man. He is a role model for our juniors and for all the players that take the pitch. He's always got time for everybody. And never refuses to take a photo, talk to the juniors, talk to the fans.
It's a rough juggling that day that you guys have, like, you're there to service the first team, but like, I would have loved to just have seen, I would have loved to just seen the full team, I honestly reckon you guys would have steamrolled it, definitely made the finals. Yeah, I mean,
as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this means a lot to everybody here today. And we want to make sure that we honour Brendan with a guard of honour. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please put your hands together for Mr. 250, Brendan Villa! Ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together. Well done, Brandon. We're all very proud of you, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, we're with history today. This is the first time in this mighty club's history that anyone has looked in the field for 250 first grade games. Let's get behind our mighty Marconi Stallions today, ladies and gentlemen, and spur them on. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the players that are taking the field today and wish them all the very best for a great game.
Probably a good thing as well. That's a huge thing to do,
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for our mighty Marconi Stallions!
The last day of the season brings us to Marconi Stadium for a game between the Socceroos factory that is the Marconi Stallions taking on the A-League conveyor belt, the Western Sydney Wanderers Academy. Wanderers will get us underway going from right to left in their usual red and black. Marconi in that iconic Azuri green, white and red. This game probably won't have as much drama as some of the other games on the final day. Marconi have wrapped up second. Wanderers are safe, but out of reach of finals. But if their first game is anything to go by, 7 goals, we are in for a very entertaining Sunday afternoon here in Sydney's West. And today is all about Brandon Vella. He becomes the first player in Marconi Stallions history to play 250 first-grade games. The first player in history. Can you believe that? A club as iconic as Marconi, the record winners of the NSL, a football club that has housed the likes of Mark Schwarzer, Craig Foster, Matty Ryan, Harry Kuehl, Paul Ocon, Alex Bross, Bob Bovieri, just to name a few. Brandon Vella stands alone on 250 games. As Marconi go long early, and it's Costanzo. Can he keep it in? A referee called into action early. Stephen Lucas says no, he did not. And Marconi have wrapped up a top 2, which means that they don't get a week off with this format, but they don't have to play midweek. teams that finish from 3rd to 6th have, I would say, the misfortune for their legs, but it's a pleasure for us football fans. They have to play midweek. Marconi and Rockdale will get a week rest before they play a preliminary final next weekend. But first things first, last game of the season to navigate for both of these teams, and for Marconi, they have guaranteed their highest finish in the top flight of the New South Wales NPL since 2012, where they finished 3rd that year, and that year they also ended up winning it all, defeating Bonnyrigg in what was a massive upset in the finals that year. Can they do it again and bring more silverware to this iconic football club? I'll rattle through these teams very quickly with one eye on the finals next week. Peter Sekenis makes 6 changes as Wanderers just a little bit hard in mouthed up there, but they navigate the press well and a chance to break. For these youngsters have had such a disrupted season, but they started the season on fire, winning 10 of their first 11 games. They were our runaway leaders in the NPL, but the demands of being a feeder team to an A-League men's team eventually caught up with them. Players leaving, players going on break, a manager leaving. A points deduction sees them sitting mid-table, but as they've shown throughout this season, they can beat anyone, and they are always very entertaining to watch. But with one eye on finals, Peter Sekenis makes 6 changes, one of them forced through suspension. No Franco Meyer as Como bursts forward and he's looking for Lual. No James Temolkovsky, no Milgate. No Mlinaric at the back either. James Hilton is in between the sticks. Cameron Windust is the number 3. James Bayless in 5. Dominic Costanzo in 6. Their captain having another fantastic season. He's just on the ball there. Marco Jesic, George Daniel in 18. Carl Chimenti is 19. Yuki Kitano in 20. The milestone man in game number 250 for Marconi is Brandon Vella in number 23 as they look to keep it in. And Jonathan Suarez and Matthew Matinyago rounds out the starting 11 for Peter Sekenis. Marconi 8 points clear of Apia. Guaranteed a top 2 finish. Looking to finish the regular season with win number 21. And as I said before, their highest league finish in the top flight of the New South Wales NPL in 12 years. Switch looking for number 23. There's a few 23s in the crowd as well. Nice ceremony for Brandon Vella, presented with a jersey. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. The first player in Marconi history. When you talk iconic Australian football clubs, they are right up there. So what an honour and what an achievement for Mr. Vella. Wanderers now looking to end their season on a high and snap a winless run that dates all the way back to the 1st of June where they defeated Hills 2-0. That was their last win. An early shot. It's an absolute screamer from who else but Dominic Costanzo. Adds another beautiful goal to his ever-growing highlight reel. And on the milestone day for Brandon Vella, Marconi, after just 4.5 minutes, get off to the dream start. Dominic Costanzo with an absolute screamer. He salutes the crowd, and I'm sure you're going to be seeing that goal do the rounds on the New South Wales NPL socials, on Instagram. Costanzo, there's something in the water down in South Australia and there's also a great scout from Marconi down in South Australia as well, because they have found a gem, Dominic Costanzo. What a goal. Goal number 9 for the man from South Australia, and Wanderers look to hit back straight away. First chance for them, and nearly an instant reply. A little bit of space down that left-hand side, and it was a lovely ball from O'Donoghue. And Dalo Sandy unable to keep his shot down, and you want to talk about all the chops and changes to this Wanderers team. Dallo Sandy, like a few of these Wanderers players, started the season playing under 18s. Now he's finishing the season playing first grade against men and against some of the veterans of this competition. Players like Marko Jesic. Go down that left-hand side looking for Costanzo, who's got the hot hand, or should I say the hot foot, going against the Nkomo. Marko Jesic having another amazing season, just turned 35, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. Costanzo, good ball over the top, and it was Chimenti at the back post who got the leap above O'Donoghue, but just couldn't get his head on that one. And Marconi, despite making 6 changes, and no signs of slowing down, still looking for all 3 points to head into the finals. Full of momentum, and 6 minutes has absolutely flown by. I haven't had the chance to roll through this Wanderers team. Lucas Sinnott is in between the sticks. Matthew O'Donoghue, Richard Nkomo, A1 Lual is in 18. Marcus Fernandez in number 23. Riley Hollingdale is wearing the armband. Julian Kopp in 27. There he is on the ball there. Evangelos Kalamvogis in number 29. Dallo Sandy in 36. Ricky Franson in 37. And Edmund Haddad in 47. The new manager, Richard Cardozo, who inherited the team off Andrew Christensen, who moved on to join an all-star coaching staff. The A-League men's team did an amazing job for this Wanderers team, which has been a conveyor belt into that A-League men's team. Players like Marcus Yunus, Alex Badolato, Nathaniel Blair, Adam Bulgaria, all started here as Wanderers enjoying a nice spell of possession. Vokis plays it back to his goalkeeper, who's seen a lot of the ball early. They go long, looking for O'Donoghue, who burst forward earlier, whipping in a good cross, and that was Wanderers' first chance of the game, going up against the milestone man Vela. If you're just joining us now, I know your eyes are going to be everywhere because we've got 8 simultaneous games going on across New South Wales for the final day of the season. Dominic Costanzo getting the milestone day off to the perfect start for Marconi. An absolute screamer after 4.5 minutes. Milestone is for that man who just played the back pass. Brendan Vella bringing up game number 250 for Marconi. If you're unfamiliar with the finals format, midweek, 3v6, 4v5. Marconi will play the highest ranked winner of those ties, which could set up a Derby d'Italia preliminary final here at the Palace. That would be absolute scenes. First things first, still 81 minutes to go here, and it's Marconi who lead by 1-0. There's also the possibility that Blacktown could finish third as well. Blacktown just reminded everyone last weekend with that 2-1 win against the home team that you can never write them off, particularly in a finals format. Of course, New South Wales going back to that format after it was first past the post last season. Apia running away with the league, but this year, with the finals series, it's going to be wide open because Rockdale, of course, have wrapped up the minor premiership, but Marconi did beat them 9-0. Absolutely insane scoreline. That just shows you how wide open this competition is. If we did get a Derby d'Italia preliminary final, Marconi and Apia both picking up a win each, splitting their 2 games, the away team winning both. In Western Sydney, it's a shame we don't get to see them with a full team because their start to the season was scintillating. 10 wins in the opening 11 games, but players getting called up to the A-League men's team, having to go on break, leaving. like Nathaniel Blair and Adam Bagaria as well. I've seen them go on a 12-game run without a win. Long ball looking for Marko Jesic. He's got Kitano on the edge of the box, and he finds him. Good low save by Sinnott. It may have just been going across goal anyway, but the keeper made sure of it, making a good low save. And Marko Jesic, what can you say about this man that hasn't already been said? 17 goals this season, and showing just then, they're running like a 21-year-old. He's turned 35 in the beginning of the month, I believe. Lual looking for the cross. Western Sydney showed a couple weeks ago against Apia that they can mix it with the big boys. They caused the defending champions big headaches. Particularly that man wearing number 18, A1 Lual. They gave the defending champions all they could handle, and last week's game against Sydney Olympic theoretically went in the bin when they went down to 10 players. Luke Neuenhoff picking up a red card at the end of the first half when Olympic were leading 1-0, and they ended up running away with it, winning 4-1. Some of the performances from Western Sydney earlier in the season, dismantling Blacktown, defeating St. George City 6-1, who are having an amazing season themselves. And we just got a little look at the crystal ball of some future superstars who I'm sure you're going to be seeing on your TV screens playing regular minutes for the A-League men's team. Marconi came into the final round of the season with the best defence in the competition. Nice ball looping towards the back post, looking for Chimenti. And Wanderers break, bounce of the ball beating Lual there. Nice pressing from Lual as well, allowing Marconi to get out of their own half there. "13 minutes gone, Marconi lead by 1-0. It was an absolute beauty. I highly recommend at halftime scrubbing back and giving it another watch. Windus getting pressed. Yago also getting pressed by Lual, who's causing a headache on a couple of occasions there, and Hilton just goes route one. And he lands straight into the Wanderers bench, and chance for these baby Wanderers to finish the season strong. And they're going to get a chance to do it now from a set piece. We've seen some amazing set-piece goals this season. Marko Jesic scoring an absolute screamer against Sydney Olympic. What can Western Sydney do here? A chance to get back into the game. Looks like it's going to be Hollingdale to take it. It would be some goal if he could score from this distance. Hollingdale for Western Sydney. Hits it low and a little bit of a skidding bounce. They've just clipped James Hilton on the head there, but nothing to trouble Marconi's keeper as they look to play up from the back, and they get their pockets pinched illegally, says referee Stephen Lucas, and a let off there for Marconi. They go long looking for Jesic. As I said pre-game, 6 changes from Marconi, so a chance for them to show off their squad depth. Youngsters like Yuki Kitano get a chance. He's been prolific for the under-20s team, and that long ball nearly brought some rain down with it, but beautiful touch from Jesic. Vela making the overlapping run. If they can find him, it sits up, but Western Sydney do well to mop it up there. It's Callum Vokis. And that's going head-to-head with Marcus Fernandez, and Goes out for a Marconi throw. Yesic, lovely touch. Outrageous outside of the boot cross if it could sit up for Costanzo, but Nkomo does well. Richard Nkomo made the move mid-season from Sydney FC. Outrageous. Another outrageous attempted cross. That would have been box office if they pulled that one off. Looking... Senate happy to just take the sting out of the game a little bit. 16 minutes has absolutely flown by here at the Palace. Marconi making 6 changes. Still with plenty of star power though as they look to take another win and some more confidence into the finals, which you can catch midweek live and free on the New South Wales NPL YouTube. And as always as well, make sure you check out our socials where the team of Hanley and Samantha do a fantastic job. Hard foul there from Hollingdale. Looking for Kitano, who tries to link up there with George Daniel. One thing about this Western Sydney team, no matter what, they are going to play the only way they know how, and that is positive attacking football, playing out from the back. They back their ability, these youngsters. That's why they're always entertaining to watch. Donahue going up against Chimenti. Vokis has been busy in this first half. Plenty of action. Plenty of drama as well across the final day. A possibility of 4 teams potentially either getting relegated or ending up in that promotion relegation playoff. As plays pulled up for another foul, this time on Suarez. Last night it was confirmed that Mount Druitt will be returning to the top tier of New South Wales NPL football after being relegated last season. Now you bounce straight back up, and the Bulls will go in that promotion relegation playoff as Marconi burst forward. It falls now to Chimenti. And they put the ball out because there's a player down for Marconi, and it looks like it's Marko Jesic. Let's hope that it's not serious. That would be an absolute disaster for Marconi if they were to lose their skipper and top goal scorer a week out from the finals. Let's hope that Marconi's number 10 is okay. Jesic down receiving treatment. If you're just joining us, Marconi lead by 1-0. Goal to Dominic Costanzo, and a real break in play for their captain, Marko Jesic, who is having another fantastic season. 17 goals. He and James Tomakovsky have formed a lethal goal-scoring combination. JT, as he's known amongst his teammates, with 14 goals, 18 in all competitions. So Jesic, their top goal scorer, now receiving treatment. Let's hope he's okay. Jesic makes his way to his feet. All the Marconi fans in the stadium and watching heart in mouth stuff as their captain has been down for a couple minutes receiving treatment while he makes his way to his feet. Let's go around the grounds very quickly. I'm doing my best here to skim through all the other YouTube streams as Marko Jesic is now walking towards the sideline. Let's hope that's a good sign. 0-0 in Rockdale and Central Coast Mariners. Also 0-0 in Sydney Olympic and Sydney FC. Also the same scoreline in Apia's game against the Central Coast Mariners. And this looks like he's going to make his way back on the field, which is great news for Marconi as play gets back underway. 22 minutes gone. Marko Jesic makes his way back onto the field. That is fantastic news for Marconi. It was a little bit hard in mouth stuff there for a few minutes when he was down, and he's on the ball now. Back to full fitness, drops it for Kitano. Nick Costanzo, scorer of the first goal, showing off those silky feet once again. Plays it for Marko Jesic at full stretch. He's done that on a number of occasions. Showing off that beautiful touch. Vela. There's the 1-2 with Suarez, looks to get it back. O'Donoghue misses the clearance. It's with the milestone man, Vela. Tries to get across in. Good recovery from O'Donoghue. Did enough just to stop that ball from going in, but Windust intercepts. Suarez looking for the switch for Costanzo, and Como does well to get across there and send it out for a throw. That's going to be a good battle on the Wanderers' right-hand side between Richard and Como and Dominic Costanzo. Costanzo looking to play the 1-2, and he does brilliantly, but good, strong defending. Lovely work there from Kopp, and he wins his team a goal kick as well. Wanderers once again playing it short before Sinnott launches it long for Lual. Tough ball to deal with. That one was shot out of a cannon. Costanzo's seen plenty of the ball early, but he's dispossessed there, and a chance for Western Sydney to break. O'Donoghue's making the overlapping run. Here he is on the ball, and it's Vela, like he's done so many times in his 250-game career, intercepting there. But ball's back now to Western Sydney. O'Donoghue pressed by Yuki Kitano. Long switch looking for Nkomo. Manages to head it through for Edmund Haddad. Good recovery there. And well won by Nkomo, who has a shot, and straight into the palms of James Hilton. Vela goes on looking for Kitano, wrestling there with Callum Vokis. The Western Sydney Wanderers player gets a toe on that one for his goalkeeper, but Marconi looked to hit straight back. 7 goals when these teams met earlier in the season. That game was won 5-2. By Marconi, and Marconi en route to another win here and doing the double on Western Sydney. But plenty of football still to be played. It's Haddad. Goes for that long ball over the top, and the two number 23s collide there, and shouts from the Wanderers bench, but the referee waves it on. go long looking for Marko Jesic, who's definitely shaken off that earlier knock. He looks 100%. That would have been an absolute disaster if he was to pick up an injury right before the finals in a game where second place is already wrapped up. And the premiership, of course, has been locked up by Rockdale as they go long. They're looking for Yuki Kitano, another exciting youngster in this competition. Has 12 goals this season for the under-20s. His game time for the first team's been limited, but he has scored the first grade goal as well, and I have a feeling you're going to be seeing him feature regularly in the future for the Marconi Stallions. Bit of space on this right-hand side if they can find Fernandez. Pass a little bit too heavy for him. Windust is back there, cleaning up for Marconi. Fernandez unable to control that one, and I was speaking earlier about Marconi having the best defense in the competition. Done some great business as well, solidifying that back line, bringing in James Bayless, also Mlinaric as well. And that back line has been formidable this season, an NPL New South Wales best. And also plenty of firepower going forward, and it's shaping up to be one of the most wide open and exciting final series that I can remember. Ball at the back post, looking for Fernandez, who managed to get good contact on it, but unable to keep his header down. And a little warning shot there from Western Sydney, who are enjoying a nice spell in this game. Still plenty of time left in the first half, 28 minutes gone. Decent chance there for the away team as Marconi look to play out from the back, and they're dispossessed. Hollingdale. It's a beautiful shot, and it rattles against the crossbar. It was Dallo Sandy. Best spell of the game for the visitors. Cop. Wave after wave. You've got Nkomo bursting forward if they can find him. Yes, they can. Richard Nkomo. Brilliant equaliser from Western Sydney. And you have to say they deserve it. After putting a header over the bar and then rattling the crossbar in about 90 seconds, they finally get a reward for their beautiful football, and it's Richard Nkomo who draws Western Sydney level. Lovely goal. All that they had to do was find the pass, because he was steaming down that right-hand side in plenty of space. Still had plenty of work to do to beat James Hilton. And Western Sydney, in the final day of the season, showing what they are capable of. These young, future young superstars.
Go for the Wanderers, ladies and gentlemen, scored by number 11, Galeto Como. The score's a level of 1-1.
Como now gets one back up on the play he's marking. He's gone up against Dominic Costanzo, and definitely 1-0 Costanzo after that screamer, but Nkomo's responded very well since they conceded that goal. Now levels up. "15 minutes to go here, and there's a great spell there for Western Sydney. Header went over the bar from Marcus Fernandez. Dallo Sandy then hits the bar. Lovely football to find Richard Nkomo, and the finish was equally as good. And we have a very exciting hour left of football coming up on the final day of the season. Bayless to take the free kick. He floats it to the back post. Windust is back there, as was Suarez. It falls back to Marconi here, and a bit of extra energy in that press now after they get the equaliser. Lovely feet. Out there it was George Daniel. Half an hour gone here at the Palace. Marconi took the lead through a Dominic Costanzo screamer, but Western Sydney haven't dropped their heads, looking to finish the season on a high. that man that just went in for the tackle there, Richard Nkomo, drawing them level. Nkomo's represented Australia at under 17s level, a good pickup from their rival Sydney FC. Getting on the score sheet for Richard Cardozo's team. Heavy tackle there from George Daniel right in front of the Western Sydney bench, which, as you can imagine, drew an animated reaction. Wanderers looking to push on after their equaliser. Chimenti, that was nearly a disaster there, miscued clearance, but managed to get it on the second attempt. Donohue's caused problems down that left-hand side on a couple of occasions as Kitano there thought he earned the free kick and the referee agrees. Give you an idea of how many changes this Western Sydney Wanderers NPL team has had to deal with. Nathaniel Blair was the top goal scorer of the competition earlier in the season. Zach Sapsford, Alex Badolato, Marcus Yunus, Adam Bugaria, just to name a few, all featured heavily at the start of the season. But this team is, apart from a couple, completely different to the season that to the team, I beg your pardon, that won 10 of the opening 11. That is part and parcel of being a feeder to an A-League men's team. Playing beautiful football at the moment, though. If they can switch it out to the left. Matthew O'Donoghue is in, though. They go right and they find the goal scorer. Nkomo's got Lual in the middle. Plays it short instead, and getting the cross in for Lual was the better option. But another warning sign there from the away team. This is a very entertaining game of football as Costanzo's brought down now, and Stephen Lucas dishes out a yellow card. Minutes to go in this first half on the final day. Marconi get a corner. Both these teams can affect their ladder position with this game. Marconi have wrapped up a top 2 spot, and Western Sydney safe but out of reach of finals. But this has still been a very entertaining opening 35 minutes. And it's going to be Costanzo to take the corner. Floats it into the back post and over. And out for a throw there. It was over the head of Martiniago. Marconi have been building for a couple seasons, back-to-back 4th place finishes, but this season have gone another level. Lual proving to be a handful once again. They're going to have to defend this. Bayless gets back there and does very well. Get past the tackle of Haddad. And do well to keep it in. Go long now looking for Jesic. May have been looking for Kitano instead, but Sinnott does well to mop it up. This Marconi team is a great blend of experience. It doesn't get more experience than Marco Jesic, Nathan Milgate, Brandon Vella, but also youth Dominic Costanzo. James Timolkovsky not playing today, as Marconi have one eye on the finals. They've got their hands full here at the Palace. 9 minutes to go. Score of 1-1. If you were worried that maybe the floodgates were going to open after Marconi went 1-0 up, well, you were proved pleasantly incorrect, because Wanderers, like they're doing once again, caused Marconi plenty of headaches. They did the same to Apia a couple weeks ago, a game that I had the pleasure of calling. That game had 8 goals. And this game's already got 2, and I have a feeling, I don't like to make predictions, but we could see a few more the remainder of the first half, but also the second. Marconi could also make some changes with one eye on that preliminary final next week. I don't think they'll be too bothered. I don't want to put words in Peter Sekenis' mouth about the result, but of course they want momentum, and they'll want 3 points heading into that preliminary final, no matter who they play. Go long once again, looking for Jesic. It might sit up for Marko Jesic. It does, and he thought he was getting pulled back. He still managed to get decent contact on that one, but he straight into the path of Sinnott. Hilton, he miskicked that one slightly, looking for Vela. This game is end-to-end at the moment. Dallo Sandy's been heavily involved. Lovely ball there for Fernandez, who managed to get clean contact on that one. Made a little bit of a mess of that. I'm not going to say it was a bobble, because the field here is so perfect. You could bring a pizza over from the piazza and eat it off the grass. That's how perfect the grass is here at the Palace. Better than some professional grounds. It is perfect. A big shout out to the groundsman, who's done a fantastic job. Hilton gets us back underway. And this has been very busy in this first half, as has this man, adding another outstanding goal to his highlight reel, Dom Costanzo. Allendale looking for Dallo Sandy. Hit the crossbar earlier in the first half, just before Western Sydney did equalise. Fernandez, nice turn of pace there, and the outside of the boot pass, slightly out of reach there for Edmund Haddad. Have plenty of firepower on the bench if and when they decide to use it. Plenty of 23s in the crowd for that man who just played the pass. Brandon Vela, game number 250 for Marconi. Final day of the season, 8 games live simultaneously. The Premiership's been wrapped up. The top 2 has been wrapped up. The finals has not, and of course, that's the beauty of promotion and relegation. Still plenty to play for at the bottom of the table. Possibility of 4 teams getting relegated. Of course, last gets automatically relegated to League One, and second last of this competition will play second in NPL League One, which is the Bulls Academy. That game, if you're going to watch one this season, apart from the finals, of course, it has to be that promotion relegation playoff. Both these teams don't have to worry about that, though, of course. Marconi do have to worry about this attack, and it falls to the feet of Lual. Holds the ball up well, but that final touch just evades him. And Marconi now try to burst forward. Lovely touch once again from Costanzo. Looks to play the 1-2. He gets it straight back. He's got Jesic out to his left. He's the king of Bosley Park, Marko Jesic. Plays it now to the prince of Bosley Park, Dominic Costanzo. Still turning pace there, Kitano. Flag stays down, does it for Jesic? Yes, it did, and didn't matter anyway because the South fought a goal kick. Sinnott is in no rush to take, as minutes begin to trickle down in the first half here. And both these teams don't have too much to play for in terms of regular season ladder position, but it's been a very entertaining opening 41 minutes, and particularly from these youngsters, Western Sydney. Players that started the season playing under 18s, coming up and mixing it with one of the premier teams in the New South Wales NPL. Wild pressing. Lovely there. That's been a feature this first half from both teams. Both teams confident with the ball at their feet, playing out from the back, but of course the risk of that is falling victim to the press. The seconds tick away. A reminder, as I'm sure you guys all know, you can catch any game across the 8 that are being played simultaneously, live and free. If you are watching this one, well, you've been treated to a very entertaining opening 42 minutes. There's plenty of football still to be played, and I have a feeling there might be 1 or 2 more goals as well. Heavy challenge. And the referee does pull it back after it looked like he was going to let play on. Marconi will, of course, fancy themselves against anyone in the finals, having with probably one of the most wild scorelines you'll ever see in any league, defeating the 2024 Premiers Rockdale 9-0. Wins over Marconi as well. They don't, though, have a win this season against Blacktown, who've done the double on their rivals Marconi. Potential dark horse. Seems crazy to call Blacktown a dark horse in the final series. Jesic on the ball now. This could be one of the last attacks of the first half. Plays it out wide now for Suarez. Suarez now trying to play the 1-2 with Jesic. He gets it back. Suarez fizzes it across goal looking for Kitano, and Sinnott was at full stretch there, and was it already out? No, it wasn't, says the referee and the linesman, so it's going to be a Marconi corner. Costanzo to take the corner on the scoreboard side, which says 90 seconds of regular time to play in this first half. Final game of the NPL season, scores at 1-1. Costanzo manages to hit the crossbar. Nearly went straight in from the corner. It's still in. Wanderers do send it away, but only as far as Velo floats it to the back post, where Windass is unmarked. Now falls back to Costanzo. Straight into Nkomo, and a great shot, and equally a good save by Bayless. Bayless with the shot, Sinnott with the save, and Marconi get another corner. We're into the final minute of regular time. Plenty happening there in that passage of play. Blocked shots, good saves. Still, though, the score remains 1-1, and it was the man who drew the good save who's going to take the corner now, Bayless. Bayless had a very busy first half. Can he add an assist from a corner to his heat map? Bayless, long looping corner to the back post, headed back across goal in the path of Kitano. Bicycle kick, great save, Jesic! Couldn't get clean contact on the header. It was Chimenti's acrobatic effort which drew a good save from Sinnott, and then Jesic unable to get a clean header. Otherwise, that would have been goal number 18 of the season for Marconi's captain. And that minute of play there sums up this first half. It's been very entertaining. We are going to have a nice chunk of added time for that delay that we had in the first half. Thankfully, it was just a false alarm. Marko Jesic went down. Was treated for a couple minutes, but popped straight back up and still running around like a 21-year-old. Marconi's ageless wonder. So back heel from Fernandez, who gets the 1-2 and bursts forward. Marcus Fernandez drives the shot straight into the arms of Hilton, who goes long looking for Costanzo, who's switched sides. Now playing on the right, it looks like. Hello, Sandy. Has also looked dangerous. Not that time, though. Commentator's curse. Vela goes long. Costanzo may have been offside. Marko Jesic isn't. He was lurking there. Mendez going up against Vela, the veteran. Looked like he got the better of the rookie there, but Lucas pulls it back for a foul. Western Sydney take quickly. This might be the last attack of the first half. It is the end of a very entertaining first half. Dominic Costanzo got it underway with an absolute screamer. Western Sydney looking to end their season on a high, hit back, and are playing very good football. We are set up for a very entertaining second half. It's Marconi 1, Western Sydney 1. We'll be back soon.
In Warren Ford, Alert Constructions, Legea, and Market Football. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big cheer for our youngest Stallions who are currently making their way to the field. On the other side over there, we have teams from our Marconi juniors together with our boys and girls from our Schools Acquisition Program. Don't they look fantastic, ladies and gentlemen? Our boys and girls SAP players who just finished their 2024 season, having played their last game earlier today. Our Marconi juniors have also completed their season with the exception of our under-10 Sam and our under-10 Paul teams, who will be playing each other in the Development League Grand Final next Saturday. Isn't that fantastic, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give a big cheer as they come past. Don't they look fantastic, ladies and gentlemen? Club Marconi is calling on the community to be part of the change by sleeping out with us on Friday the 30th of August. We have joined forces with Vinnies to raise much needed funds and awareness to help those experienced or at risk of homelessness. Join us and ask your friends or family to sponsor you and raise much needed funds. Come join us all night. Every dollar counts and the donation will go a long way to helping us reach our target and help cover the operational costs of Vinnies when providing meals and outreach to hundreds of people who are doing this tough across the Fairfield and Liverpool region. Visit the club's website www.clubmarconi.com.au for more information. Don't forget to find a sign around the stadium and scan the QR code for your entry into our weekly $100 Council voucher giveaway, as well as your entry into our $1,000 cash giveaway at the end of the season. Boys and girls, we want to take a photo with the stallion coming around to say hello to everybody. Please don't feed our stallion. He already has plenty of pasta, plenty of pizza. Let's welcome our players back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get this second half off. Sees our scores locked at 1-1. Let's get behind our mighty Marconi Stallions, ladies and gentlemen.
Marconi to get this second half back underway. 45 minutes to go in the regular season for both these teams. Western Sydney playing for pride and to entertain, and Marconi looking to put the cherry on top of their best regular season for 12 years in the top flight of the NPL. And if the second half is anything like the first, we are in for a treat. 8 games going on simultaneously. These teams, I don't like using this term, but with nothing to play for in terms of affecting their position in the regular season. Top 2 is wrapped up. Shouts of a hand. Kitano almost caught that, but referee missed that one, and with one eye on next week's preliminary final, Marconi have made a few changes as you'd expect. Zdenovic has come on, as has Milislav Popovic as well. Zdenovic there with an early tackle. Mate Busek on as well as Marconi, who had a heart-in-mouth moment when Marko Jesic went down and required treatment for a good few minutes earlier in that first half. Thankfully he's okay, but understandably they've now pulled off their stars. The goal scorer Dominic Costanzo is off as well. Chance for some of these youngsters to impress and to retake the lead from this corner. Just fizzed in low and sent away, but only as far as Vela. And how good would a goal be in game number 250, but not that time for the Milestone men, who did score last week in game 249. Plenty of Brandon Vela t-shirts being worn today with 23s. There's also photos with his head on it. Let's see if I can pick myself up one of those t-shirts on the way out. Until I do that though, Marconi with another corner. Jostling going on in the box. It's a looping ball there looking for Kitano. Zdenovic there unable to get clean contact. It's ricocheting around like a pinball machine. A hit on the outside of the boot, and from my angle it looked like it was in. Mate Busek with, it's got to be his second touch. Nearly had Marconi's second goal, but not that time. And a let off there for Western Sydney, who were unable to get that ball out of the box. And Busek, and nervy moments once again, playing out from the back, both these teams. Living by the sword and dying by it. Kitano holds the ball up. Lovely ball for Busek once again, who can't keep his shot down. And Mate Busek, that chance was more straightforward than the first, but only been on for about 2 minutes. Nearly ended up on the score sheet on a couple of occasions there. Popovic. Suarez looking for Carl Cimenti there, who had acrobatic bicycle kick. Would have been a golazo and a half, but it was denied by Sinnott. Plenty of chances for both teams in that first half. Dallo Sandy hit the crossbar. As they play out from the back once again, and Cimenti really picking the pocket of Sinnott once again. But this is the style of football that Western Sydney play. And they'll play it no matter what. But here is another one of the substitutes. Zdenovic, whose pass is slightly under hit. Hilton made no mistake with that clearance, nearly bringing some rain down, and the rain has held off. It's looked like it's going to rain here in Bosley Park for a couple hours, but so far it is dry. Bayless Here's Popovic. Launches it to the back post. It's a good ball. It just needed a green head on the end of it. Headed away by Western Sydney. Gostanovic does well. It falls now to Lual, and a chance to break for Western Sydney. It's 2-on-2 if he can find the pass, and who else? Brandon Vella gets back there to mop it up. Otherwise, Western Sydney were in. End-to-end start to this second half, just like it was in the first. Marconi have taken off a few of their stars, Marko Jesic, the goal scorer Dominic Costanzo, but the milestone man is still on there. And if he was to be taken off, I'm sure he'd get a guard of honour and a beautiful ovation like he did at the start of the game. While going up against Gostanovic and getting around him momentarily, but a good recovery there from the substitute. He's been thrust into the action. Bayless has been everywhere in that first half, hounded down by two Wanderers players. He managed to get the ball off him. And Como's bursting forward. Play the short pass for Haddad. He's got O'Donoghue making the overlapping run. He plays it back to Sandy. Western Sydney happy to have a little spell on the ball here. O'Donoghue going up against Vella. That's been a good battle. O'Donoghue's bursted forward on a couple of occasions. There's space for George Daniel and his beautifully mowed grass to burst forward and find Popovic. Is it back now to Daniel? Wrestling with the Wanderers captain there, Hollingdale. Plays it back to Popovic. Western Sydney to break now. Interception there from Windus, but there was a foul before on Fernandez, who was one of a few players in this team that did start in round one. Season started perfect fashion for Western Sydney with a 3-1 win over the Sutherland Sharks. So much has happened in between then. They're looking to end the season on a high. Chance for Fernandez, but unable to find Haddad. Marconi now with the chance to break. Soares. This little 1-2 in traffic from Bayless to Suarez. Plays Kitano. Switch looking for the ex-Bull Popovic. He's got Daniel making the overlapping run and he finds him. Daniel straight into the leg of Richard Nkomo, who's done it at both ends of the field. Scored a beautiful equaliser in the first half. And a good job defensively there as well. Peter Sekenis with one eye firmly on next week, and it nearly fell into the path of Kitano. He might get a second chance with a cross, but well defended there by Western Sydney. And seen it looking to play short like he's done all game so far. He shows off his arm. It was a cannon there for Dallo Sandy. Nice touch and send it long. That's more of a hit and hope for Lual. And Windust, one of the many ex-Mariners players on the field for Marconi. Substitute Mate Busic is another one. He had a couple chances at the start of this half. One from just outside the box and one from inside the 6-yard box. Both off target, and the score remains 1-1. Western Sydney looking to snap a 6-game losing streak and 12 games without a win, 11 losses in that period. A season that's had a few lows, but also plenty of highs as well in there. So far, after 55 minutes, finishing the regular season on a high. What's been a very entertaining 55 minutes here at the Palace. Plenty of drama going on at the bottom of the table as well. I'm sure you guys are keeping across. I haven't checked the scores since half time, but Sutherland were leading their game 2-0, and Sydney FC were leading at half-time 1-0 as well, which meant that as the ladder stood at half-time, Central Coast were falling into that promotion relegation spot. Here come Western Sydney once again. Lual. Sandy's made the run into the box. Well, holds the ball up then. Allowed Popovic to get back there and mop up. Sends it to Lindas. Lovely touch. Second pass not as good there. Beautiful turn from Sandy, and the shot goes over the bar, and he's looked dangerous. Every time he's had that ball on that right foot, hit the crossbar in the first half, and a lovely touch and turn, but the shot well over James Hilton's crossbar there. That's Western Sydney's first sided goal in the second half. Took them a while to warm into the first, but once they did, they started playing some scintillating football. Beautiful passage of play for Richard Nkomo's goal, and he went up for the header there with Popovic. Just got enough on it for Kitano. Floats a decent ball in there, just no green jerseys in the 18-yard box, and it's mopped up. Kopp is long, looking for Lual. He's going up against the fresh legs. No surprises that Peter Sekenis has made changes, particularly after he saw Marko Jesic go down in the first half. He's going to make another one. It's going to be Jonathan Suarez coming off.
Substitution for the Stallions.
Luke Rasso coming on.
And number 25, Jonathan Suarez, being replaced by number 29, Luke Rasso.
Must be a Luke Rasso supporters club in the crowd there. Plenty of noise when his name got called out there. So Luke Rasso, third change made. Fourth change made by Peter Sekenis. A little bit over half an hour to go in the second half here. Marconi have wrapped up the top two. Their best finish in the top flight of the NPL since 2012. That season, they finished third. That season, they won it all, winning the championship. And that, of course, was the last time Marconi won the big one. Caused an upset that day when they beat Bonnyrigg, but this final series is wide open. Anyone that ends up in that top six, you would back to win it all in a couple weeks' time. Lovely ball. Flag goes up straight away anyway. Beautiful ball. And Fernandez just mistimed his run slightly. Thought for a second he may have been in, and Hilton was off his line quickly anyway. And Sydney looking for their first win since the 1st of June. Definitely given a good account of themselves so far after 59 minutes or so. Popovic has to bring the ball down for Kitano. Heavy challenge there by Franson, and a free kick given by Stephen Lucas, who hasn't had too much to do. He's dished out the card sparingly. Always the KPI of a good referee's performance when you haven't seen too much of them, and that's been the case for our man in blue, Popovic. Been busy since coming on as a half-time sub. It's a lovely ball as well, and Martek Busic, who's been in the thick of it, is also coming on as a half-time sub. Headers at goalward, but Lights now. Hour gone here at the Palace. The lights have been turned on, but only dimly. So far, it's been a perfect afternoon for football. No rain yet. And apart from some wind, it's been a perfect day for football as winter is in the rear view mirror here in Sydney. And finals is firmly in the sights of Marconi. They're going to have to deal with this attack in the last 30 minutes of this game from Western Sydney. O'Donoghue, low ball looking for Lual, and Windus did enough to take the fizz off that one, and Hilton mops it up. Hilton goes long. Rasso, who, as I said, when his name got read out over the PA when he came on, Rasso fan club, they erupted. Going to be a Western Sydney change now, and that cross from Matthew O'Donoghue was his last involvement in this game. He's going to make way for Luka Knezovic.
Substitution for Western Sydney Warriors coming off number 3, Anthony Konstantinopoulos. Replaced by number 14, Nicholas Milanovic.
I think the ground announcer might have had an old match program there. It's Matthew O'Donoghue making way, and Luka Knezovic coming on. And I don't blame him for making that mistake. There's been so many changes to this Western Sydney NPL team over the season. It's an easy mistake to make. Sometimes they don't update those match programs. Knezovic on to see out the last 28 minutes or so in this second half as the lights now take full effect. As the sun, which has been hiding behind clouds all day, begins to set. Marconi, before last week and that loss to Blacktown, were on a great winning run, and they had that snapped at the hands of Blacktown. They weren't worried too much about this result, as that's got to be offside, and it is. Substitute there. Knezovic thought he had a dream, but good metre or two offside. Picked up straight away. And he won't, place too much importance on the result of this game with the top two already wrapped up, but more confidence, particularly for Dominic Costanzo. Not that he needs confidence boost, a player of his ability. Another highlight reel worthy goal on the final day of the season. Haddad, lovely football. The ball at feet, and beautiful turn there from Haddad. Those Sandys look dangerous every time. He's had the ball at his feet and unable to keep that shot down, and it goes over the crossbar. Might try my best here to quickly go around the grounds for you guys who, like me, struggle to multitask. Bear with me for 1 second. Sydney FC lead 2-0. As I speak, Roy O'Donovan in his last game for Sydney Olympic has slotted a penalty, so it's 2-1 for Sydney FC. Western Sydney, the chances go 2-1 up. Knezevic's cross was blocked and falls now to Vela. So Sydney FC, if they were to win, would be safe. Switch looking for Popovic. Popovic going up against Kopp, and the youngster did well. Ball trickles out. Bayless trots over to take the corner. Floated to the back post, but headed away, and it falls now to Knezevic. He's been involved in everything since he's come on. All ricochets around like a pinball machine, and only able to get a cross back. It falls to Bayless. That would be outrageous if he pulled that one off, but the shot was always going above. Snitton's crossbar there. So Sydney FC leading by 2-1. That is huge in the relegation battle. That 4-team log jam at the bottom of the table is. See, it slides, but still manages to get across away. Wow. Rockdale 1-1 at the moment with Central Coast, so that result would have huge bearings on the bottom of the table. When I have the chance to, I'll quickly have a peek at the Sutherland Sharks score as well. Hills were down 3-0 at half-time to Blacktown, so unless they could pull off an Istanbul, they will be going back down to League One. Last year's League One champions, who enjoyed a good start to season 2024, but this season has just been a yo-yo for so many as Marconi burst forward and Kopp does well. Just get in front of Martin Busic there, and Daniel takes the quick throw. Love to see this man's heat map at the end of the game. He's been everywhere. Delicate little back heel there from Kitano. And a chance here for Marconi. They play it back to Bayless, and his shot fizzes above the crossbar. It's lovely football. I think maybe Cimenti would have had a shot there, but he unselfishly laid it off for Bayless. His shot flashes across the goal and over the bar. Just gone to have a peek at the Sutherland Sharks score. There's no scoreboard in the game. They were up 2-0 at half-time, so unless there's some goals that I missed, it looks like the Sharks are going to stay up. They've pulled off another great escape, just like they did last season. A lot can happen in 20 minutes. And of course, I might be delayed as well, so plenty of drama. Don't take my word for it. Back now looking for Hilton, and Allendale still full of energy, the Wanderers captain. Marconi, his great football club record, 4-time winners of the NSL. Only won the New South Wales NPL competition once. That was in 2012. 3 years later, they won it twice. 3 years later, now it falls to Cimenti. Cimenti holds it up, plays it back for Bayless once again. It falls to Rasso. Miscued shot. Still might come off here for Marconi, not this time. So players pulled up lame there for Marconi, and Western Sydney looked to capitalise on it. Great tackle from Gozdenovic. There's a Marconi player back. It's Luke Rasso who's down. He didn't look good. He was grabbing his hamstring straight away, and play is stopped for Luke Rasso. Let's hope that he's okay, because he has a fan club watching him in that stand as the rain starts to trickle down here in Bosley Park. It's held off all afternoon until now.
Ladies and gentlemen, while this is pausing the game, I have a little bit of a favour to ask. One of our staff has lost a gold ring around the ground today, which holds great sentimental value to him. If you have found it, please bring it to the club front desk and notify them that it's been retrieved.
While Razzo receives some treatment, we're going to go around the ground. Sydney FC leads Sydney Olympic by 2-1. Just waiting for this YouTube ad to load. Rockdale have retaken the lead against the Central Coast Mariners. That is huge.
Substitution for the Stallions coming up.
Because if
29, Luke Rezo,
Sutherland
being replaced by number 14, Dylan Susovic,
were to win, that would mean that Central Coast would fall in that promotion relegation spot, and that would set up a battle of the academies between them and the Bulls. It's Dylan Susovic comes on for Marconi. They've made all 5 changes. Goals to Costanzo and Nkomo. 7 goals when these teams met earlier in the season, unless we see something miraculous in the last 18 minutes. Doesn't look like we're going to get that many. Still been a very entertaining game for 2 teams. Don't have too much to play for in terms of this game affecting their season. Marconi have wrapped up the top 2. Their eyes will be firmly on next week. Could be a historic couple of weeks coming up for this great football club, as Susovic just on with his first touch. Tried to emulate Dominic Costanzo there with a long-range effort. Through for Lual. It's been a good battle between him and Gozdenovic, and Marconi's substitute defender with the fresh legs does well once again. Played out wide to Kopp. Lovely back heel from Fernandez, and there to save the day, as he has done all game, is Bayless. Western Sydney going to make a double change now.
Substitution for the Wanderers. Coming off number 11, Adam Bugareya, being replaced by number 35, Khan Nizam.
It's going to be the goal scorer.
Also coming off number 12, Zach Tapsford.
Richard Nkomo coming off for Karnizam. Karnizam, a prolific goal scorer for the Wanderers under-20s team, yet to score for the first-grade NPL team, and Lachlan Tilt also coming on for the away team. Chance here, it's a great shot, and Hilton may have got a fingertip on that one. It was a beautiful effort from Callum Vokis. He didn't get a touch on it. Marconi's goalkeeper at full stretch. We've seen 2 beautiful goals. We nearly saw a third there from Western Sydney, looking to end this season on a high. A season that has truly had everything. Regardless of the result, they are definitely finishing the season on a positive note given how they've played. bouncing ball's always a worry, but Gosdenovic with a cool head plays it back for his goalkeeper. Gitano does well to hold it up for Popovic. Gosdenovic, once again, that's been a good battle, him against Lual in this second half. They go for the long switch. Marconi think they have a foul, and the referee agrees. 15 minutes to go in this game. Marconi with a chance to retake the lead from a set piece. Bayless to take it. Neither team able to make their set pieces count yet. Will that change now? It's going to be Bayless's free kick as the rain starts to come down here at the Palace. Marconi looking to retake the lead late in the second half. It's a low cross. It may have beaten everyone. It's fizzing around. Has it gone over the line? Yes, it has. Marconi retake the lead. The ball was fizzing around like a pinball machine, but they end up putting it in the back of the net, and Marconi retake the lead. And they are on track for win number 21. It's Popovic who got the final touch on it. Gosdenovic may have thought that his touch put the ball over the line. There were hands in the air. It was an absolute dog's breakfast. But Popovic claims the goal. Marconi retake the lead. Bit of urgency now, extra urgency for these baby Wanderers. Peter Sakanis will love seeing his substitutes taking their opportunity for extended game time after giving some of their stars a rest. Popovic's goal puts Marconi on track for win number 21 of the season. Gosdenovic has been very good since coming on as a half-time substitute. Been rock solid at the back and had a big influence on the set piece for their second goal. Sydney cool on the ball at the back once again, but a couple nervy moments. In a very entertaining game, in a game where Marconi could have rested everyone and Western Sydney could have had their heads in off-season mode. It's been a very entertaining game for you guys watching at home and the fans that, for the most part, got to enjoy rain-free football. That luxury is now over. Also been a chance for Marconi to use their extended squad and their substitutes to make an influence. And it's a chance now for the goal scorer to get on the score sheet once again. Popovic holds the ball up well and shot flashing across the near post and out for a goal kick. Marconi crowd has been very excited this game. Have good reason to be. It's the best season in 12 years. Milestone day. 250 first grade appearances for Brandon Vella, and I couldn't believe it. The first player in Marconi history to achieve that milestone. What an achievement. Is hounded down there by 3 Marconi players. Step over and it's a shot that's flashed over the crossbar. And since coming on, Mate Pusic has had a few chances. The Canberra-born ex-Mariner, unable to keep his shot down. Has been a trademark in this game. Wanderers play it short. Chance to burst forward here. They play it backwards. A little bit of space on that right-hand side. They go the opposite way. And Dale's pass intercepted by Bayless. Wanderers burst forward. They have players either side there. They thread a ball through, but it's a beautiful tackle from Windust. One of the stars who's been left on, as is this man, the milestone man who heads it away. Beautiful low tackle there, otherwise A1 Lual was in. Ten minutes to go here at the Palace. 10 minutes in game number 250 for Brandon Vella, and 10 minutes in season 2024 for the Wanderers NPL team. Chance to end it on a positive note. Ozdevich, once again, another brilliant tackle. Unfamiliar with the finals format, 3v6 and 4v5 will be midweek, and then Marconi will play the highest ranked winner of those 2 games, with Rockdale to play the lowest next weekend. The grand final to be played at Combank Stadium in 2 weeks' time. Lovely 1-2. A chance here with some space down the right hand side for Western Sydney. Gozdanovic once again, another great tackle. He has been rock solid. I don't do the 3-2-1s. I tell you what, despite coming on as a halftime substitute, the big centre back would be a huge shout for some points. Wanderers are going to make another double change. Their last changes of the match. It's going to be Marcus Fernandez making way. Lachlan Henderson coming on for Fernandez. And Nicholas Badolato coming on as well. See out the last 8 minutes or so from Western Sydney. They're going to be on the attack again. This man's looked dangerous every time he's had the ball. An early touch for Badolato. Sandy's there. As I said, he started the season playing under 18s. Rattled the crossbar in the first half as well. Henderson. His first touch, the substitute. Gets a cross in. Another ball's made it onto the field. Badolato. I've seen some great goals this season. That would have been up there with the best. I don't know how a red ball's ended up on the field. Don't see that too often. Linesman just sends that one away, and would you believe it, it's bounced back on the field. Looks like one of those red convenience store balls, eh? It can be like bouncy balls. There we go, finally get it off the field. And we're back underway. Zdanovic, pass over here. That's honestly probably his first mistake since coming on as a halftime sub. He's been brilliant, as has that man, Dallo Sandy. Lovely ball. Tilt. Head out wide, then gets it back. Still with Lachlan Tilt, tried to curl it into the top corner, but sends it over the bar. These Wanderers players can definitely hold their head up high. They have given Marconi all they can handle, just like they did to Apia a couple weeks ago. Finishing the season on a positive note, playing positive, entertaining, attacking football, which has always been the Wanderers' way in the NPL. Hilton gets us back underway and sends it long. Henderson's header falls to the feet of Dallo Sandy. The sting's gone out of the game a little bit, as you would expect with Marconi thinking about finals and 6 minutes to go in the Wanderers season. Wild plays Sandy, looking to get around Daniel, and he does. Lovely work from the youngster. Got Henderson on his right. So plays Captain Hollingdale. Pass goes astray, but it falls back to Franson. Dallo Sandy's quite a number of efforts in this game. One rattling the crossbar, a couple going over the bar. Tilt. Looking for Henderson with the long switch, and that one picked up and taken by the wind and out for a throw. Ball looked like it went out right under me in this beautiful commentary position on top of a tower. At this iconic Australian football stadium, and as I said in the first half, grass better than some professional fields. Could eat a pizza off it. Remind the guys, finals starts midweek with those elimination finals, 3v6, 4v5. And as always, you can catch it live and free on the Football New South Wales YouTube. You'll be seeing these guys in the finals as Daniel's shot sails over the bar. Joined us late, Dominic Costanzo, after about 5 minutes. The home team into the lead on Brandon Vella's milestone day, scoring an absolute screamer, but then Wanderers hit back. Beautiful passage of play, finished off by Richard and Como, and then Wanderers retook the lead in the second half. Set piece, bundled in by Milislav Popovic. As it stands, Marconi are on their way to win number 21 of the season, and they could seal it here, but Tano unable to bring the ball down. Now Wanderers can counter. They go long. As the seconds tick away in this match and in season 2024 for this exciting football team. Chance to finish the season on a high. The switch for Henderson. Beautiful switch and touch. Going up against Daniel. Gets across it. Goes over the head of Lual. And Khan Nizam. Just going to get a second ball in, which they do, looking for Henderson again. Daniel does well to steer it in the path of the goal scorer, whose goal looks like it's going to be the match winner. Daniel sends it long. Couple minutes to go in this game. Marconi came into this game making 6 changes and pulling off some of their stars at halftime, but still 90 seconds away from getting the job done. It's been a very entertaining game. Nice end to the season for Western Sydney, in a season that started so well, and 10 wins. Their first 11. They're under the pump here. Busek plays it out wide. It's a low shot, and that puts the cherry on top of this game for Marconi and seals win number 21 of the season for the Stallions. It's the substitute, Dylan Susovic. His low effort beats Sinnott in the Western Sydney goals, and that will wrap up the 3 points for Marconi. And the perfect end to their best regular season in the top flight of NPL football for 12 years. A harsh scoreline for Western Sydney. They've been very, very good. But Marconi, like they've done so often, look like they've picked up a win for the 21st time this season. Western Sydney. Sure will be back playing that exciting brand of football next season with the next crop of youngsters.
2 minutes of stoppage time.
You'll no doubt be seeing
Go Marconi!
regularly on your TV screens playing for the A-League men's team. The 90 minutes are up here at the Palace. Marconi have wrapped up another win and they will head into the finals full of confidence. Is there time for one more? Wind really picking up now. The rain hasn't been too heavy. Chance here for Western Sydney. Kozdanovic does enough and Hilton does well to stop it going out for a corner. Might be a little bit of stoppage time. Luke Rasso, the substitute, went down with a hamstring injury, which required a little bit of a stoppage, so we might get a couple extra minutes here. I'm sure a lot of the fans that have braved the wind and the rain will head over to the piazza. I can smell it from here. It smells good. They will look forward to a preliminary final right here next weekend. Last chance here for Western Sydney. They'll get a set piece. A chance to finish this match and their season on a positive note. The wind really picks up. I'm sure you can hear it on my microphone. This could be the last action of the game. Chance for Western Sydney to end on a positive note towards Popovic. Now falls to the feet of Sandy. As they get a second ball in there, there's a sea of green jerseys. It nearly fell, and it falls to Knezovic, who is frustrated because he couldn't steer that shot goalwards, and that is that Marconi wrap-up. Win number 21 of the season. Their eyes will now be firmly planted on next week. Their best regular season finish since 2012. And what happened in 2012? They won it all. They'll be looking to do that again in season 2024. Western Sydney, a season that started so promisingly, and some factors that were out of their control. They've made a good account for themselves in this game, playing entertaining, attacking football like they always do. Final score here at the Palace: Marconi 3, Western Sydney 1. My name is Damo Denigris, and on behalf of everyone at New South Wales, have a lovely Sunday night. I'll see you next week for the finals.
Like and follow us on our official Facebook and Instagram pages, Marconi Stallions FC. A special thank you to all our great volunteers and ball persons for their efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you come along next Sunday, the 1st of September, as our first grade men play for a spot in the 2024 men's NPL Grand Final. Make sure you come into the clubhouse before you finish and enjoy the facilities. Grab yourself something to eat, pizza, pasta, grab some drinks, a gelato. And if you're not a member, sign up and become a member of the Marconi family. Marconi FC Stallions want to extend their gratitude for your support today. And we hope to see you in our next home game. Thank you, everybody.